Good evening, traveler. Before you drift into the quiet realms of sleep, let me take you back, not just centuries, but millennia, to the edge of memory and myth. There once stood a place where knowledge burned brighter than any fire, a sanctuary where scrolls whispered secrets to the stars. It was called the Library of Alexandria. Tonight, as your eyes grow heavy and your breath slows, we'll walk among its marble halls. We'll meet the philosophers who dreamed of understanding the universe and witness the tragic fate of the greatest collection of wisdom ever assembled. Close your eyes. Let the silence of forgotten voices guide you. This is the story of the lost Library of Alexandria. A long, long time ago, there was a city by the sea. It was called Alexandria. People came from all over the world to this city. They came to learn, to read, and to share ideas. In the middle of the city, there was a special place. It was a big library. It had thousands and thousands of books, but not books like we have today. They were long rolls of paper, called scrolls. The library was very quiet. It was full of stories, science, maps, and magic. People read about the stars, the ocean, and even dreams. The people who worked there loved to learn. They wanted to collect every book in the world. If a ship came to the city, the books were taken, copied, and shared. The library was like a treasure. But one day, something went wrong. A big fire came. No one is sure who started it. Some say it was war. Some say it was an accident. But the fire burned many scrolls. A lot of knowledge was lost. The great library was never the same again. Today, we don't know exactly what was inside. We only have small pieces, like tiny clues. Some people still dream about finding those lost books. Imagine the sun rising over the city of Alexandria. The sea is quiet. The sky is soft and blue. Birds fly above white buildings. The streets are calm. But inside the great library, a new day is beginning. Big doors slowly open. Warm light fills the marble halls. The smell of old scrolls is in the air. Scholars walk in wearing white robes. Some carry scrolls under their arms. Others hold pens and small jars of ink. A man sits by the window. He opens a scroll and starts to read. It is a story about the stars. Nearby, a woman is writing. She dips her pen in ink and copies a scroll by hand. She works slowly, carefully. A boy brings water. He walks quietly, not to make a sound. In another room, people are talking. One man says the earth is round. Another says the stars are tiny fires. They do not argue. They listen and think. Every corner is full of learning. There are scrolls about plants, animals, numbers, and music. Some scrolls are very old. Others were just copied from ships that came yesterday. In the garden outside, a teacher speaks to a small group. They sit in a circle under a fig tree. He tells them a story from far away, about a land of snow and ice. The wind blows gently through the open windows. The sound of turning scrolls is like a whisper. No one shouts. No one runs. It is a place of peace. A place where questions are welcome. A place where silence helps ideas grow. And as the sun moves across the sky, more people come in. They sit, read, write, think. The Library of Alexandria is alive. It breathes knowledge. It shares dreams. And this is just one day. Many smart people came to the Library of Alexandria. They were called scholars. But really, they were dreamers. They asked big questions. One man looked at the stars every night. His name was Eratosthenes. He wanted to know how big the earth was. He used shadows and math. And he was almost right, over 2,000 years ago. Another man liked to build things. His name was Archimedes. He made strange machines. Some could move water. Some could lift heavy stones. He said, "Give me a place to stand, and I can move the world." There was also a woman. Her name was Hypatia. She loved numbers and the stars. She taught others how to think clearly. People came from far away just to hear her speak. These people were not just smart. They were full of wonder. They looked at the world and asked, "Why does this happen? How can we know more? Is there something beyond the sky?" They didn't always agree, and that was okay. In the library, questions were like gold. You could find them everywhere, and every answer led to a new question. They didn't have phones. They didn't have computers. But they had ideas, and they believed ideas could change the world. The Library of Alexandria was not just full of scrolls. It was full of minds, thinking, dreaming, discovering. And their dreams still echo today. If you enjoyed this journey, please like this video, share it with a fellow dreamer, and don't forget to subscribe for more calming stories from the past. Good night, and sweet dreams. Long ago, people had different ideas about the world. Some believed the earth was the center of everything. They thought the sun and stars went around us, like we were in the middle of a great spinning sky. Others believed the earth floated on water, like a big leaf on a giant sea. Many thought there were just 4 things in the world: earth, water, air, and fire. They believed everything was made from these. Some believed the heart could think, not the brain, just the heart. They thought the heart held love, memory, and dreams. There were also ideas about animals. Some people said lions never slept. Others said snakes could hear music. Some thought the stars were tiny holes in the sky, and that heaven's light was shining through. Today, we know those things were not true. But back then, they were real thoughts, and they helped people ask better questions. Because even a wrong idea can lead to a new discovery. And in the Library of Alexandria, every idea was welcome, even the strange ones. The library was not afraid of wonder. It let people imagine, explore, and dream. No one knows for sure how the Library of Alexandria was lost. Some say it happened by accident. Maybe a fire started during a war. Maybe soldiers didn't know what was inside. Others say it burned more than once, that it was hurt many times until almost nothing was left. One story says a great general came by ship. He wanted to take the city, and when he fought, the fire spread. The library was close, the flames were fast, and the scrolls were dry. Another story says a ruler wanted power. He didn't care about books. He wanted control, not questions. And so the library was forgotten. We don't know which story is true. Maybe all of them are. Maybe none. But we do know this. One day the scrolls were there, and then they were gone. The library became a memory, a whisper, a ghost made of paper and ash. And the world lost many voices, ideas that never came back, dreams that burned too soon. Even now, people feel sad when they think about it. Not because it ended, but because of what could have been. Still, the dream of the library lives on, in books, in questions, in you. What if the library never burned? What if the scrolls were safe, quiet on their shelves, waiting to be read? Maybe we would have learned faster. Maybe we would have known more. What if old ideas helped us fly, long before planes? Or sail across oceans before we had maps? Maybe doctors would have found cures sooner. Maybe we'd understand the stars even better. Maybe we'd have books from people whose names we never knew. What if the Library of Alexandria was still here today? Would you walk through its halls? Would you read stories written 2,000 years ago? Would you find a scroll with your name on it? Of course, we can't know, but it's a nice dream, isn't it? A world where stories were never lost, where the light of knowledge never went out, where questions were never feared. And maybe, in your dreams tonight, you'll visit that world and turn one of those scrolls yourself. Even though the library is gone, its spirit is still here. Every time you ask a question, you bring it back. Every time you open a book, you light its fire again. That old dream, to know the world, to understand the stars, to listen, to learn, it still lives. In schools, in stories, in your thoughts. When you wonder why birds fly, or how the moon shines, you are doing what they did in Alexandria. You are part of their dream. And maybe, long ago, someone sat under the same stars, holding a scroll, asking the same questions you ask today. So even though the scrolls are gone, the dream never burned. It just changed shape and found a new home inside you. Now the story is done. The scrolls are resting. The stars are quiet. The sea near Alexandria is still. You can close your eyes now. There's nothing more to learn tonight. Only dreams to follow. Maybe you'll walk the marble halls. Maybe you'll meet the scholars. Maybe you'll find a scroll with your name on it. The library is gone, but your thoughts are full of wonder, full of peace. Let them drift. Let them float, like paper boats on calm water. Good night, dreamer. Sleep well. And remember, every question you carry is a little spark of Alexandria.